Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Tyranitar in the Willpower Cup. This Pokemon is going to be very interesting because everyone is running mandibuzz, and exactly this is what we will try to counter here today. We want to try to counter those mandibuzz which you see here already in the first battle. And what we have to say as well, we are of course currently at very high elo range after I lost a bit of elo thanks to a little bit of lag in the video before with Flygon. This team here brought me all the way back up. This team was actually amazing and this team really worked out, which I did not expect at all. Like literally this team was so lovely. I don't think I went negative with this team at all. And yeah, in the current set that I am in, I did 3 battles with this team and I'm currently 3-0 with this team. And this is with Shadow Tyranitar, a Pokemon that nobody else ever used so far in this meta, and honestly it is a lot of fun. And even though Tyranitar got nerfed this season, Tyranitar received a nerf to a Smackdown, which did not make any sense at all in hindsight as well. Don't agree with that nerf at all, because the only Pokemon that you really hurt with this one is mainly Tyranitar itself and like other Smackdown users. It was targeted towards very likely of course that Bastion, but Bastion doesn't really care too much because it's not really the 1 damage extra of Smackdown that really makes this Pokemon great. It's the bulk that it has, and for other Pokemon that have also Smackdown, it was definitely a little bit of a pain there, especially for Tyranitar who had only niche picks before. Now it's even worse to play this Pokemon, but still, it works out. It does work out quite a bit, and as you're gonna see in this battle as well, you're going to easily be able to win this battle as the opponent. Gonna go for a charge move here. I got the Mud Step through, it's going to knock them out, and we can move on to the next opponent. Another mandibuzz in the lead, and so we swap out again into our Qwilfish. We're going to get some nice energy here. We're going to try our best to go for an Ice Beam. Had a little bit of lag, but that's going to be okay. The opponent decides to go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace here. We're going to get our Awkward Tails through against the opponent's Drapion. Drapion will very likely go down or get kind of low with this one, as you will see as well. Awkward Tails coming through again from the Drapion. This is going to allow us to get a lot of damage onto them. We're going to use no shield here. I can still swipe one hit. I should still be able to go for an Awkward Tail then as well. It's not going to be enough to knock them out, but at least we're going to be in a position now where maybe you get the shield here, we don't get the shield, we're going to get the knockout there, and we can swap out straight away into our Tyranitar to try to knock out the opponent's mandibuzz. Let's see, mandibuzz is coming in, we're going to get some energy here, and they go into Qwilfish, and we have 2 shield scenario here for us, which is really important. Having a 2 shield scenario is going to allow us now to just, yeah, smack them down, and this is exactly what we kind of want to do here. We want to get the smackdown done. We're gonna try our best to even go for another brutal swing here, which will allow us to force another shield from the opponent, and with this it's shields down for the opponent. Now it's going to be shields down for me as well, but we still should be able to take a hit from the opponent as everything is going to be resisted from that mandibuzz, and as we will see, we do a lot of damage, but we can also still swap out into our Claydol. For Claydol, Ice Beam is ideal for this meta. We are running Shadow Ball here because I don't have charge TMs, and this is not because, yeah, again, here I want to have a Shadow Ball variant of this Pokemon for us. No, I just don't have charge TMs and don't really see the point of changing the moveset. Ice Beam is definitely generally the one move that you want on the Claydol. Would have made this matchup way easier for us, would have gave us an instant win here basically as well. But so be it. We're going to get the Shadow Ball through. I can still go for the Smackdown. This hopefully is going to be enough to knock them out. They go for the Aerial Ace here. It's not going to be enough to knock us out. We can go for the Brutal Swing and still win the battle. So yeah, Ice Beam just would have made it a little bit easier, but it's still going to be fine. So let's see how the next opponent is going to go ahead here. They're going to have a Claydol on the lead. This was definitely by far the most common lead I encountered. Basically, everybody is currently running either mandibuzz or Claydol in the lead, I feel like. And so, yeah, we're going to, of course, have also Claydol in the lead, making it a bit of an easier one for us as well. We're going to use a shield here against the opponent's Scorching Sand. We're going to go for our own Scorching Sand. We're going to try to get the opponent a bit lower because we need to get this Pokemon gone for the Tyranitar, for the other Pokemon that we have in the back as well. I can still let the move go through, and what we will see as well, Scorching Sand is coming through here as well. We're going to be able to go for the full farm down at the same pacing as the opponent. And now we can try to swap out maybe into our Tyranitar, which we do. They go into the Drapion, and I was like, oh no. And they're swapping out into the mandibuzz. If I just went into the other Pokemon, I would have been just in the perfect spot there. But I was expecting that they would go into the mandibuzz. They didn't. And so this is going to be a bit of a pain there. Not too sure if we're going to be able to win this battle still. But we will try our best here, of course. As we can see as well, the opponent is going to have to take the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam is coming through here. It's going to be able to get the KO against the opponent's mandibuzz as well. They swap out into the Drapion. And now it's kind of down to what can we do with our Tyranitar. As you will see, we're going to try to go for the smackdown here as well. We're going to try our best. We're going to use no shield here in the first one. It's actually going to be a crunch, which is interesting because this is going to give us such an advantage. The awkward here would have most knocked us out, but crunch is resisted, and this is going to be great. As we will see, we're going to use a shield here as well. The crunch is coming through. We can go for another brutal swing. This is going to be it for the opponent. We're going to be able to win this battle again thanks to Tyranitar. So, next opponent, we're going to have mandibuzz here against us. This is going to be somewhere where we're going to use our Qwilfish in order to do quite some decent damage with the Ice Beam here, aligning ourselves hopefully afterwards. But yeah, the Ice Beam is coming through. This is going to get the shield from the opponent, and we're going to try our best to still keep maybe alignment, maybe just get shields. I don't know. We're going to see the Drapion coming in. That's totally fine for us, because now what we can do is we can use a charge move here with the awkward here, get them low. We can let the move go through, and we can kind of rely on our own Claydol. The issue is here though, I was expecting more damage from Mud Slap onto the opponent here, and this kind of forces me to still go for another charge move, as the opponent is very likely going to go for one more false move and then try to go for another awkward tail or like a crunch. I'd rather get the knockout here and have the guaranteed alignment here as well. And we still have the shield advantage. We're still going to have our Tyranitar. They have the mandibuzz, but they're sadly going to have the Gardevoir as well. And again here, I think if we would have had Ice Beam, we would have had a great chance of still winning this battle. Maybe I should have still played it out, but I decided to, maybe actually I should have played it out. I decided to use a shield, to just forfeit here, but yeah, good game to the opponent. But again, Ice Beam would have definitely guaranteed us a victory there as well. Next opponent, we're going to have a Mew against us, which is kind of interesting to see this Pokemon in such high elo range as well. But we will see what we can do. We can let the move go through. It is going to be the Wild Charge, and we can hopefully, get the knockout with another Awkward Tail. Awkward Tail is going to come through, going to be able to get not the knockout. It's not going to be enough, but it's going to be okay. We're going to use a shield here again. It's going to be another Wild Charge, and we can farm them all the way down at least, allowing us to align ourselves, which is very important against the Lucario, as they have a Pokemon in the back that is double weak to Force Palm. And so we will try our best here. Awkward Tail is not coming through here. We're going to see the Claydol. We're going to see a Mr. Rhyme coming in. And this should be a crime, the opponent having so much spice here. But Tyranitar is going to enjoy this one quite a bit. Icy Wind is coming through. We can go for the full farm down. And this is going to be a good game, as Lucario would get knocked out by our Claydol. So next opponent, mandibuzz again in the lead. We don't really get the greatest leads for our Claydol, and we should have maybe used even Tyranitar in the lead in order to counter all of those Pokemon. But still, at the end of the day, we're going to have a Sace-Up here that has Ice Beam as coverage move, and as you're going to see as well, we were able to get that shield from the opponent, which is great. In comes the Drapion from the opponent. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be somewhere where we're gonna have a little bit of an advantage. Let's see, we already have the shield advantage, so the shield advantage is kind of what I would like to see and use for the late game. I just hope that there's not going to be another Gardevoir in the back. It could be a Gardevoir. Gardevoir is quite common in the current meta game. And let's see on how this is going to go. We see the opponent going for a charge move. I'll let the move go through, hoping that it's not going to be the Gardevoir. I hope that my Tyranitar can win the battle, and it's going to be the Gardevoir, and so that is going to be a good game. It is what it is. Like, you usually kind of want to try to bait this Pokemon out. It did not work out, and we can move on to the next opponent here. So, let's see who we have. Next, we're going to have the Claydol against Claydol. Again, as said before, this is a very common matchup, as we will see the opponent gonna go ahead, go for the Scorching Sands here. That's going to be fine. We can go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is going to be able to connect against the opponent, getting the shield from them, and we can swap out getting out the Pawniard. Pawniard is great for us to get this Pokemon out because it does super effective damage against our Tyranitar in the back while resisting all our moves as well. Here, it still resists, of course, our fast move, but our charge move is going to do some nice neutral damage here with the Awkward here. Non-stab, of course, which is a little bit annoying there, but as you will see, the opponent is going to have to go still for another charge move. We can let the move go through, and it's very likely going to allow us to align ourselves as well. But as we're gonna see, we're gonna be able to go for the full farm down. In comes the Claydol again from the opponent. We try to go for the Scorching Sands, and we kind of gonna be forced to use a shield here in order to have any kind of chance, as well as we're gonna see that we're gonna try our best to go for the Shadow Ball to get the instant KO against the opponent. Does it work out? It does, and so In the back, it's going to be a Rapidash, and it's going to be a close one. We sadly die on that charge move, and this is going to be so impactful because we have still that move stored on our Qwilfish, and as we are not able to get to the one charge move there, we're going to lose the battle here now, as the opponent is going to be able to just go for a back-to-back wild charge and win the battle for them. Next up, we're going to have our Rapidash in the lead this time around, which is going to be a little bit easier. Not all of them are running a wild charge. A lot of them are also running Mega Horn, which is a very good moveset on this meta here, like in this meta as well, because you have a lot of Psychic type Pokemon and Dark type Pokemon. As you will see, the opponent decides to do the same here. Running Mega Horn makes this, yeah, a tough lead matchup, I have to say. Definitely makes it a tough lead matchup. Here, we're going to have the only Pokemon that takes neutral damage on our team from a Mega Horn. Still does take quite a bit of neutral damage, I would say. And we can overfarm by a bit, go for another charge move here, get the opponent a bit lower. Let's see on how this is gonna go. We try our best to go for another one, but they decide to go for their own awkward tail here now to take the KO against us. And they try the best here as well to just go for another charge move with the Claydol. Claydol is going to be able to now get the shield from the opponent, leaving them shieldless, and I'd rather keep the shield, of course, for our Tyranitar. Tyranitar has a lot of potential with that extra shield, and we decide to use it here now, so that's great for me. That is definitely an interesting play. We see the mandibuzz coming back in. I have one move stored here for the opponent. They stop back into the Rapidash. I can fully farm them down, and this is actually the first battle I did, which you see based on the Tyranitar, because this is a different Tyranitar, which has a worse stats than my one that I usually use, so that's kind of hilarious. Next opponent, we're going to see here another opponent again that we battle nearly every single video so far, because again, like, we are kind of high in the ELO leaderboard there, and you usually battle like the same amount of people the entire time. We're going to have the Claydol against us. They know they always go for Awkward Tail and then for Ice Beam. Maybe we should have tried to mix it up a bit and go first for Ice Beam and then for the Awkward Tail. But it's going to be fine here, as you're going to see as well. We're going to have our own Claydol now up against the opponent's Claydol. We can take it. It's going to be a Scorching Sands. There's still going to be one shield down, and being one shield down is going to be super important for our Tyranitar to function. Ice Beam coming through, doing some solid damage, but we still have a charge move stored, and we're gonna get out the mandibuzz. And while Smackdown got nerfed, and while this is definitely very visible as well when you're gonna try to do those battles, we will see as well that we're still going to be in a very solid spot to do some nice things with Tyranitar. As we have here as well, the area is coming through. We're gonna try our best to go for the full farm down, and we will be able to now go for that charge move against the opponent's Claydol, going for the Brutal Swing and getting the KO, and in the back it's going to be a Gardevoir. I can go for a charge move here, and I have to hope that the opponent starts to use a shield here, because I went for the wrong one, should have went for the Stone Edge. They decided to use a shield, and now I can still reach that Shadow Ball, winning us this battle, winning us this game, and we can move on to the next opponent. Second to last battle here for today, we're gonna have a Sneasel against us. That is kind of wild, but let's see on how this is gonna go. Maybe they're gonna beat us with a Sneasel. In comes the Drapion, so like, it's not just a meme team. Like, Shadow Drapion, definitely not a meme team at all. But as you will see here, the charge move is coming through. We're going to see that they gonna go for their own charge move, and yeah, we have Awkward Tail getting the KO here, maybe even. This is going to be great. Let's see, it is gonna get the shield. We're gonna have the opponent going for their own charge move again as well. Do we use a shield here? We decide to let the move go through. Just keep on shield advantage here, basically, for the Tyranitar. They go back into the Sneasel. We have to go for the full farm down here with Tyranitar. Well, of course, as you're gonna see here, we're gonna use a shield. It's going to be the Avalanche, and this is going to be KO'd for the opponent's Sneasel. We can go for the Brutal Swing against the opponent as well, and this is going to be great, as this is gonna be getting that shield. We can try our best to go for another Brutal Swing. It does not work out, and let's see on how this is gonna go. The opponent decides to stay in here. We can go for another Brutal Swing, do a ton of damage against them. This is gonna get them even a knockout. I didn't even expect this one, and this is going to be game over. There's no chance that we're gonna see that the opponent is, they just didn't even go for any bubble there. Like, there was no chance of them knocking us out. And now we're going to see here the Claydol. Claydol is going to be again against our Claydol, which we usually win the matchup, which is kind of nice as well, as we will see the shield coming through. Let's see on how this is gonna go here as well. The opponent is going to decide to use, to go for the Ice Beam. I can use a shield there against them. Here, at least in this matchup, Shadow Ball Ice Beam is kind of the same, so it doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, as we will see as well, we're gonna try our best to go for a Scorching Sand now. Scorching Sand would be enough to take the KO against the opponent, and they decide to let the move go through. We are shield down now, and they're gonna have a mandibuzz in the back, but we're hopefully gonna be able to get that shield back soon with the energy that we have stored on our little Quillfish here. In comes the Aerial Ace, and they decide to stay in here. I can go for the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam is going to do some solid damage against the opponent, getting the shield actually, which is going to be even better. I actually like this one quite a bit, because now I still have a Scorching Sand stored. I'm still going to have my Tyranitar, and I still would have been able to go for the awkward tail there. That is silly that I didn't do this. In comes the Drapion, in comes the Claydol, in comes the Scorching Sand. But this is very silly that I did not go ahead, and yeah. It's just annoying. It's just very annoying. As we're gonna see here, we're gonna try our Scorching Sand. The Awkward Tail would have been so nice on the opponent's mandibuzz now. Just tiny bit more damage. We tried to get the debuff, it did not work out, and now they're gonna get a million energy basically. And now it's down to Tyranitar. Can you take like 3 charge moves from us or from the opponent? First going to be a Dark Pulse, that's 50 energy gone. They're going to decide to go for another one. It's going to be most like another Dark Pulse, another 50 energy gone. And as you can see, we're going to still be able to reach even that Stone Edge to win the battle. And with this, it's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, check out the videos on the screen, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.